Hey, welcome to the Wax About It podcast, where we uncover all of the behind-the-scenes action of waxing and much more. I am your host, Ausha Marie, an entrepreneur in the ever-growing field of waxing, skincare, and hair removal. All right, y'all, I am back with another episode. I know it's been so long again. Y'all are going to have to work with me because I'm a full-time mom now and it's a full-time job and I have a full-time job on top of that. So just work with me. I'm trying my best to get these episodes out as quickly as possible. But aside from that, I am really thrilled today because remember I told y'all I was going to bring on some guests, right? So I have my first guest on the show for this year. And I'm going to go ahead and let her introduce herself. Her name is Ariana. We used to work together back in the day, but I'll let her tell you all of that stuff. So go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm Ariana. I am a licensed esthetician, new mom, entrepreneur, I guess I should say, lash specialist.
Everything. Keywords, licensed esthetician.
Yes, licensed.
Yes. You know, I always wonder, why do people put the word license in front of it? But now I get it. People are really out here trying to...
Yes, because you can technically say I'm an esthetician and you're still in school, right?
That is true.
So,
that is
I don't know. I like the licensed esthetician part because I don't know.
I just thought it was redundant. I'm like, well, obviously, if I'm an esthetician, I have my license, but apparently not.
I don't know. We worked for that.
It's so annoying that people really are doing that. But yeah, license. Next time I get a t-shirt, I'm gonna make sure it says license. All right. So how do we know each other? Again, I mentioned that we used to work together.
Yes.
That
was back in 2015.
Was it that long ago? No.
Well, that's when I started at that place.
So I know it was at least 2016, 2017.
Yeah.
So yeah, 5 years ago?
Basically. Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, so we used to work at the same wax salon. We were besties.
Mm-hmm.
People used to get us mixed up because of our names all the time. Ausha, Ariana.
Right.
But yeah, so I feel like we established a nice bond because obviously we're still friends outside of that job and we took it beyond that. And now we're both doing our own thing.
Right.
So I think that's really cool. So they already know my story. They know where I started, how I started and all of that. But how did you start your career off as an esthetician?
So back in 2013, I went to esthetician school, Aveda Institute, Columbus. I really like that school. I do recommend it to a lot of girls that want to take the esthetician route. I feel like we focused a lot on facials and waxing. So I did like that. Yeah. And then I graduated in 2014, I think the beginning of the year. And then it took me a while to take my test. I don't know, because I was scared. Because when you're at esthetician school, they are extreme. They're so serious about that state board test. So it took me a while to actually take that test, all while I was working at Sephora.
Oh, okay.
That was fun. I loved working there too. So I was kind of still in the beauty field, I guess you should say. So took my test, passed it. Shortly after, got a job at the previous wax location, which was good. We did mostly waxing there, full body waxing. Taught us how to be fast waxers.
Speed waxers.
Speed waxers, yeah.
A speed waxer is an esthetician who has mastered the art of waxing in 15 minutes or less for any particular service.
It's insane how fast we would wax, 15-minute Brazilians. And
no, you could add on a service onto that.
On top of that.
Eyebrows,
an underarm Brazilian.
15 minutes, really 13 minutes, because they got 2 minutes to check in and check out.
Yep.
So
think about it, the actual waxing time, it was definitely less than 15 minutes. So we got pretty good at that.
I think that's the biggest advantage of working at that place.
Yes.
You learn how to wax fast.
Yeah. Because I don't know any other place that would have us boom, boom, boom.
That I've
doing
heard
that.
of at least.
No.
Mm-mm. So.
Which it introduced me to hard wax. Because in school, we mostly did soft wax. So ever since then, I never went back to soft wax. Mostly hard wax.
At all. For what? When people use soft wax, I'm sorry, y'all. If y'all use soft wax, that's great for you. I'm glad that you love it.
Excuse us, right?
But I don't see the point.
Yeah.
Especially having to get the extra strips and cut.
No.
I used to hate cutting the strips off.
Nope, not for me.
No, it's messy.
Mm-mm.
But anyway, we're not here to talk down on that. So when did you decide, before you actually did it, when did you actually decide that you wanted to be a solo esthetician?
working at a place doing one thing for so long and not having the flexibility, and I just needed more. I feel like I just had that itch and I couldn't scratch it there. So I got certified in eyelash extensions, I think around like 2016. Got certified in that. I had a slow start in that because I didn't leave like our previous wax place until maybe like 2018. Yeah. So then I started working solo part-time doing lashes, which was good. I feel like it definitely helped because I feel like I had more freedom. And I like doing lashes. Like, that's my number one thing now.
With your blue eyelashes on right now.
Yes. And then I think once I felt like, okay, I think I can do this, I just stepped on over. I left the place, stepped on over. And then ever since then, it's been good. I have not had no issues. Never say never, but I wouldn't go back to like.
Who would?
Right.
I would say if I had any fear, that was my biggest fear, like having to crawl back and beg for my job.
Yes,
oh my God.
That was like, my ego would have been very bruised if I had to do that.
And then like, what if they would have had the nerve to say no?
No, right. Like, how dare you?
Oh my gosh. I don't remember what the manager's name was when I left there, but like she was so impersonal.
Crazy.
I at least wish it was the other person that we had. Like, I feel like the goodbye wouldn't have been as
No. I don't
awkward.
think the way you exited it, I don't think it would have been like that if the other person was there.
Yeah.
You left before me. And then because I already knew I was going to leave. And then when that happened, I'm like, oh, shoot. Should I? Like,
they made an example out of me, man.
They sure did. And then I was like, oh, my God, am I not going to have a job? Like, are they just going to be like, you're done?
Just get out of here.
Yeah.
Scram.
So, luckily, they didn't do that. But I don't know. It's fine. It works.
I mean, I don't want to like gossip, but just based on what I heard now, I feel like it's definitely like that now. They're not taking any chances with anybody anymore. I feel like if they offered lash extension services, they would retain so many more people, and then they would make a killing. But it's a wax.
Let's not give them any ideas.
I mean, but would you go there for your lashes?
No.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly. All right, on to the next thing. Okay, so we're gonna get into our new segment where we're talking about our
waxing woes.
All right, so this is going to be about your worst waxing horror story ever. Or if you have more than one, you can share one. But I feel like in this field, we all have one, especially if we've been waxing for more than 3 years. So
I kind of had a hard time deciding one because horror story, I don't know. I haven't had anything that traumatized me in waxing.
You're very lucky.
Yeah. I know this is what you do, like, for real. So I would say I can think of a time when at the previous wax place, a guy came in and, there's obviously like multiple locations, so they can go to any location. So he came in and he was telling me that his last waxer, scale back for a second. So at the previous wax place, we didn't do men's private areas.
Right. Oh, Lord.
So he came in for a back wax. Before he was like, yeah, the previous waxer, she kind of would go lower, almost like onto his butt. And I'm like, oh no, we kind of stopped. What is that? Like the waist, the belt line? Like, we don't go any further. And he didn't even like acknowledge what I said. So he lays down, I'm like getting the wax ready. And I turn around and his whole ass
is out.
And I'm like, I just like ignore it. I don't even like pay attention to it. I just do the back wax and then I'm like, I'm done. That's it. Like, I don't even know, like, did he expect me to do that? Which I don't know why that girl would do that. I don't know if he was leaving like a big tip.
Exactly.
And he probably was, but I'm not the one. And it's like, read the room. You can probably tell I'm uncomfortable. I don't want to see that.
I'm starting to get a feeling that women are better at reading the room than men are.
Very much. They don't know how to read. Like, their social cues, none of that. They don't know how to, they just don't.
So when you were done, did he say, oh, you missed the spot?
No.
Or he just was like, I guess
I'm like, you're all done. Like,
first of all, why he didn't just go back to her?
Exactly. Well, I don't know. Maybe she wasn't there anymore. But it's like, why even bounce around?
That's
like, stick with the same person. Yeah.
Exactly.
And it feels like, I don't mind waxing men, but when I'm not expecting like to turn around and see your butt out, Like, it's just uncomfortable.
I almost spit my coffee out.
Yeah.
Like, I can like actually picture like you stirring the wax and then you turn around. It's just
yes, like you don't expect that. And then it's like, then I'm really, and then I was kind of low-key pissed off because I'm like, you don't even care. Like, you don't even care that I'm uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have kids, you have a daughter. Now that I have a daughter, I'm like, if somebody did that to her, I would, no.
I just don't understand how he had the balls to do that and you're dealing with hot wax.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I mean,
like,
who has the upper
want me to
hand
drop
here?
some? I can turn that on full blast.
Drip, drip, drip. I don't know,
But-
man. I applaud any estheticians out there who specialize in male bikini waxing because
Do you do it?
I don't. We offer it at the salon, but I gave my team the option of if they wanted to do it or not.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
if you already are specializing in it or you already have training in it, then that's great for you. You can make some extra money. But I value my comfort more than making an extra money.
Yeah.
And I just feel like I've seen so many different stories, all these different masochists and freaks.
It's almost like, if you think further into it, did he like that I was maybe uncomfortable?
Exactly.
Like, I don't know.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
And then you
No,
always
thanks.
get like those people who, it sucks that like there's a group of men out there who messes it up for the other men who genuinely just want to get
Yeah.
waxed. Like,
Because I've had some really good, I had a male client for like,
Mhm.
my entire time working there. We built a relationship and, I knew about his daughter. So like, I don't know, he never made me feel uncomfortable. He was an older guy and he was cool. But it's like always that one that has to ruin it.
or many.
Many, yeah.
Because we've had so many prank calls. I don't know if they're real calls, but like it's some creeps out there calling about, like, I just feel like we can always sense them out because they always start asking weird questions. Are you asking about the wax or are you asking about other stuff? Once you start talking about sex and stuff, like, why do we need to know about that?
Why is that even brought up in this business?
Listen, I don't understand. I feel like they always just filter themselves out anyway. Like, unless you pay that deposit and you book that service, I'm not taking you seriously.
Yeah.
So, whatever. I don't even respond to email inquiries anymore asking. Like, I had one the other day, somebody emailed and they were like, the inquiry said, questions about waxing. It was like 2 a.m. in the morning when they sent it.
Red flag.
I put 2 and 2 together and I was like, well, if you had questions, you would have just asked.
Yeah.
So, oh well. You can call if you're serious. I
Yeah.
don't have time for this. So, yeah, not my thing.
Especially at 2 o'clock in the morning. Like, what you doing up? Think about waxing.
Thank you. You little fetish.
Somebody must have said something to him.
Maybe.
Right.
But then also, I feel like you can read the website too. Like, people don't just like to read anymore.
People don't. Mm-mm.
It's annoying. All right, so next topic. You got pregnant.
Yes. Yes.
Last year?
Yeah.
The year before last year?
Yeah.
Last year.
What's this year? 2020? It's 2022. Oh my God. I got pregnant in 2020.
You got pregnant
I had my
in
baby
2020.
last year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Had your baby in 2021. I got pregnant a few months after you.
Mhm.
That's
Didn't tell nobody.
a hilarious story. Because I couldn't believe it. I was in shock for like my
Girl,
whole
you.
first trimester. I was like, wait a minute.
Did this happen? So were you pregnant when we went to lunch? You weren't
You
pregnant
know what
at that time?
happened? Okay, remember we were talking about going vegan or going vegetarian?
Yes.
And
when
how
I
that's
got
the
pregnant
trigger?
on that. Yes.
That's exactly what happened.
No.
We did a week of eating vegetarian food. I don't know how it happened.
I swear.
All I know is Valentine's Day passed, and then like March, I found out I was pregnant. And then by the time I got to the doctor, I was like 11 weeks. And I was like, see,
I wish I would have found out like around 11 weeks because I found out super early. Like I found out, what's the earliest you can find out?
5 weeks?
5, 6 weeks,
Yeah.
like super early. So being that was my first pregnancy, I was so anxious with like everything.
Oh, yeah.
Like everything. And if I would have, because they say, well, don't tell nobody until like 12 weeks and whatever. So that would have saved me a lot of stress if I would have just found out later. But I'm like I knew because it was like different things that was happening to my body. And I was like, nope, I'm pregnant. And let me tell you how I found out. I was at work. I was doing lashes. I had a little break. And I texted my fiance. I'm like, I'm going to get a test. I ran to Target real quick, went back to the bathroom, did not even expect. I'm like, I just have to know.
Oh, Lord.
I'm in my bathroom at work. Take the test, and I'm just like sitting there, and it comes out positive. And when I tell you, my whole world like just stopped, and I started crying. I was like, this is crazy. We've been together 9 years, never had any pregnancy scares. So part of me was like, this is going to be a little bit harder for me, to conceive. And then she just like, boom. So having her was like, I still am so emotional about her because she was like a miracle. The way she just came, I was just so grateful that she just happened. And it was like, I didn't have to do anything extra. And I'm so blessed. You know how we are about, I'm sure you feel the same way about your baby.
Yeah, it was a good pregnancy. I gotta say, I didn't have any complications or anything.
Me neither, yeah.
So it was a blessing.
Thank God. Yeah.
I will say though, because of that, I'm scared to have another one.
Girl,
I'm like, what if
why was it so easy this time?
Exactly.
So easy the first time. Labor went smooth. So like, is the next one? Is this child going to be?
Listen,
give me a run for my money.
Oh, well, we'll see whenever that time comes.
Right.
So because you had that day at work and you from that point on for the next 8 months, how did pregnancy affect your work ethic and how did it affect your business overall?
So I would say the beginning, like the first trimester, I didn't really get that sick. So I maybe got sick maybe like 3 times as far as like throwing up. Because I do mostly lashes now. Lashes, that's my baby. I was doing lashes. For a full set, you have to sit for 2 hours. For a fill, you have to sit hour 15. I had a client come in. And when you're in your first trimester, not even your first trimester, probably your whole entire pregnancy, smells are very intense.
Yeah.
I had a client come in and it was like a cigarette smell and it kind of like set me off. And I was doing her lashes. I'm like, excuse me, I have to go use the restroom. Like nobody knew I was pregnant at this point, I was in the bathroom just throwing up. I'm like, oh my gosh. It was the smell. And that stuff don't bother me. Cigarette smoke, whatever that. Yeah.
I can't do it. I didn't smell anybody I probably did, but my nose was like a hawk when it came to like smelling weed. I could smell weed on anybody coming in.
Like this person.
And I was like, was it always like this? I don't think, why does it always smell like weed in here?
No, it's like, so my dog, you know how dogs, you don't have a dog. So their paws always smell like corn chips. It's like something in there like, and I used to love that smell.
I never knew.
It's like, whatever.
Ew.
I could not stand the smell of him. It was
corn chips.
It was bad. I felt so bad. It is like their paws smell like corn chips. I don't know. It's like something in their paws.
That's funny. I think I know what smell you're talking about, but it's been a while since I had a dog.
Yeah.
So that's funny. Oh, poor doggy.
Yeah.
How was he when you were pregnant? Did he know?
He definitely did. He was really clingy. He would always be on me. Like, he would be laying on my stomach and she would just be kicking and he won't even flinch or nothing. He won't even acknowledge.
Oh, okay.
But when we brought her home, he's so good with her. They play and stuff now and she like tries to like hit him and stuff. So I have to really be careful because he is small and she's grabby.
Yep.
So I just have to be mindful. Like, I'm like, get out of her face. Don't be in her face. He always trying to lick her hands because she always got some type of snack or like something on her hands or milk but it's cute. He loves her.
Aww.
So they're going to be besties.
I love y'all's Christmas photos. That was cute.
Thank you.
All right. So first trimester, I didn't get sick. I just know I was tired. I was so tired. So when the second trimester came, I was like, ooh, y'all.
That exhausted. Second trimester, you be like, I'm ready.
That's my favorite.
Yes. That's when I was like, I was still able to work and stuff. I didn't really get affected until my third trimester. Second trimester was good, smooth. I was still able to take all my clients, still able to work, do what I do. Third trimester, I cut off my books. I stopped taking new clients. I didn't do no full sets because I was like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just couldn't sit that long. The last person that had booked a full set with me, it was like in May. It was like a really weird day. I just wasn't feeling good. And I kind of felt bad because I canceled her literally like an hour before she came in, but I just could not sit there for an hour.
Dang.
2 hours.
Yeah.
I just couldn't do it. Because, once you get to the end of your pregnancy, it's like all that weight. And then my back was killing me. I don't know. I just did not feel good that day. And after I canceled, I went home and I went to bed. I was like, I can't do this. And so I shortened my days. I went down to maybe like, I think I was working like maybe 4 days. Because usually I can take 5 to 6, sometimes even 8 clients a day doing lashes. So I was doing 4 clients a day because I couldn't. My back, I just couldn't do it.
You shouldn't.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you have any belly bands?
I didn't get it because I'm like, do they really work?
Okay, so I had 2. I had one in the beginning. It was like just a regular 1 band. Okay, it's getting big. I need more support. So then I bought like 3-piece joint. It had a little
oh my God.
around and then back up to the front and then over across. It was pretty heavy duty. It worked up to a certain point. It was pretty good. It was so bad. Like I couldn't do anything around the house without that thing on. I had to wear it around the house too. I was just like, oh my gosh, this stomach situation is just too much. I'm ready for him to come out.
It's intense.
It
Especially
is.
that last month. Getting out of bed, it would hurt. And I'm like small.
Mhm.
I was all baby. I'm really
Mhm.
small. When I got pregnant, I was 115 pounds. The end of my pregnancy, I think I was like 130. Like I didn't
Mhm.
gain that much. It was just all her.
Yeah.
So when I would say you're laying down, right? Then you
Ugh.
get up in the morning. First of all, your bones and stuff is like settled
Ugh.
overnight for hours. You get up, all that weight would just drop. And it would literally feel like,
I don't miss that.
no, I
I would
don't.
walk around like this.
Oh my
like,
God, it used to be so, it used to hurt so bad. Like I used to be like moaning, walking to the bathroom
yes,
like, oh.
me too. Oh, thank goodness my bathroom is in my room. I couldn't imagine walking down the hallway.
No.
Yeah, I feel like there's just certain things like you can't detail out for people who get pregnant. Like I wish there was like something that we could have tell us everything, but you just have to go
because that
through
I
it.
was not expecting that. Like that pain at the last few weeks is something serious.
I don't know how people are. When I talked to different people, they said they were working like up till they were. I was like, no, I need a month off beforehand at least. And I'm glad that I did that because I kind of wanted to stop before that. But I was like, how are people supposed to be? And then I stopped doing like full legs.
Oh, yeah. I would not. No. Stuff like that where you got to like really move around and, it just takes too long.
Nah.
So I think my maternity leave was supposed to be like a week before my due date. And then
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So say I was off, right? So say like my last day was that Thursday and I was due like the next Thursday or whatever. My day off, I was like, I can't do this. I'm bored. I was nesting for like weeks before. I had nothing to do. I put on social media, I'm like, I'm working an extra day. So I like took on more clients like my last day because I was bored. Okay. And like nothing was happening. There was like no signs of labor, like, before. But I don't know. Maybe I was just pushing it. I didn't just want to be home. I don't like just sitting at home when I'm like, I can be working.
I feel you on that. But,
I'm like, if I can do it, I can do it. Because it wasn't that bad. Like, it's not like I was taking like 5 clients. I think I maybe had like 2 or 3 the last day because I'm like, okay, I can do this,
But you said you were nesting, though. I feel like that's a big difference. Like, people always ask me, like, are you nesting? And I feel like the word nesting just sounds so glamorous and like everything's ready to go.
I was a mess. Yeah.
But my house was a mess. I was like, we still didn't have our crib in. We didn't have nothing built up. My little, what's the recline, like the chair, little swivel chair, that wasn't set up yet. I was just stressing. And he came a week early, so it was like, oh, shoot.
Oh my gosh. I was 4 days past due.
Ooh, that would have stressed me out more.
Yeah. I was like, she was not trying to come out. I'm like, girl, I walked so much. I was on my yoga ball for like ever.
So what did you do with it afterwards? Like
my yoga ball?
Yeah.
It's in the house somewhere, just sitting there. And I know so many pregnant people right now, and I'm like, do you want it? And then I just like forget about it.
Because I was like, it's too big for me to like.
It's too much. Like
I had nowhere to put it.
Because that's you only use it to sit on it to bounce and to roll around. But I really think that helped me.
Yeah.
When it was time to like push, because 3 pushes, boom, she was out.
I'm getting a yoga ball next time.
Yes.
That's definitely not what happened. Did
you
have an epidural?
I had an epidural.
Girl, okay, so I saw something on TikTok, right? She said drink okra water, and that's supposed to like
I've never even heard of okra water.
Yeah, like the sliminess is supposed to,
That's nasty. No. See, I wasn't into like, what was it, castor oil and all that extra stuff. I think the only thing I drank was, what's that one tea? It was like a tea. Dang, I forgot. It was like I think it was like pink. I don't know. It was a pea, but it was a tea. It was supposed to like help induce labor. I have no idea.
I don't know, girl. There's a tea for everything now, to be honest.
Right.
It's a tea to induce, a tea to lactate, tea to stop lactating.
I know. Just everything.
Tea to lose weight.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, knowing you're solo, and I know you're married, but how did you afford, or you were engaged at the time?
Yeah, I'm still engaged.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, we haven't got married yet.
My bad. In my head, girl, you already married. Okay, so anyway, so how were you able to afford it? Well, first of all, how long were you off work?
I took 8 weeks.
Okay.
Originally, I was in my head, I was like, maybe I should just do 6 weeks. But then it got down to, I'm like, that's not a long time. 8 weeks, I needed, and I'm glad I took them that full 8 weeks. I would tell everybody, take your time. Your clients will understand.
Okay. First of all, 6 weeks. You just get done healing in 6 weeks.
Barely. I feel like I
Exactly.
just got back to feeling like
Ugh.
myself, an individual. And my daughter's 8 months.
Yeah.
So,
oh, wow. I feel you on
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I can't wait.
how many months is he?
He just turned 5 months. Yeah, girl.
It's
Yeah.
fun.
I can't wait for him to sit
Okay.
up on his own. Then I could like just not hold him.
See, no. My thing is like, my daughter, she don't want to be held no more. She's
Oh,
like
already?
down. She don't want to be held. She ain't walking yet, but she's standing up. She can walk the couch.
Yeah.
No. If she was in here, she'll be looking around like trying to get into everything. I'm like, are they supposed to be doing this early?
She don't want to be held?
Nope.
Okay, I
Nope.
won't complain.
Rocking her.
I'll just hold him.
Listen, that newborn stage and that stage, you can still lay them down and you don't got to worry about them rolling off the bed.
Yeah.
Cherish it.
Okay, fair enough. And here I am trying to get him to practice rolling over.
Right. Like, as soon as you start that.
Oh, Lord. Okay. All right. I'll chill. Aw. But yeah, okay. So wait, back to maternity leave as a solo.
Yeah. Independent contractor. Yeah. There's a lot of terms for it.
Yeah. How did you afford it? Did you just have savings? Did you just wing it? Did you have insurance? I think we talked about that a little bit.
So I paid into short-term disability. So that along helps pay for like maternity leave. Even if I think they cover it, like if you get hurt, like say I broke my hand or something and I can't work, they'll like, write you a check. It wasn't a lot, but it was enough to pay some bills. But for the most part, I saved. And I mean, I had 9 months to do it. So I would just put a little bit back here and there. Yeah, that was really it. Saving and then having that insurance, that short-term disability insurance as a backup plan.
I feel like
good.
I wish I knew about it, but like I guess I wish I would have acted on that more. Got that because
What did you do?
I just saved, but I started spending because I was getting stuff for the baby.
It's hard, yeah.
It's just like, oh God. So yeah, dipped into my savings a little bit. But once that baby shower came around, it felt so much better because then I got basically most of the stuff I needed. And I was like, okay, I'm good now. I don't want no toys. Just give me stuff I need.
Enough stuff you need, yeah. That's a big thing. We got I didn't really have to buy anything. I think the only thing I probably would have that I bought was like formula because breastfeeding didn't work for me. I supplemented with formula because it was a hard like start. So and I'm just like she just needs to be fed at this point. So formula and then I think like I bought maybe like a couple of bottles because I didn't have like any good ones because there's got to be different bottles that she needs. And then like a swaddle. Yeah. I didn't really think about that either. It's because, they swaddle them at the hospital, but you can't take that. It's like a one blanket you can't take like that you got to leave there. Because for the most part, they let you take everything.
Who got to leave the blanket there?
It's like that colorful, different
Girl, we got
blanket.
like 3 of them. You talking about with the blue and the pink on there?
I think so.
We got like 3 of those.
It's that weird like cloth material.
Yeah, you got to wash it a lot of times for it to get soft.
Yeah.
It's just now getting soft.
Yeah. So
we took those.
But I didn't like to swaddle that way. I like the easy swaddles, like where the little Velcro. So that's what I bought.
I don't know what kind of baby I got, but like he is like Houdini he got out of those Velcro swaddles. He got out of all the blanket swaddles. No matter how tight I wrapped him up, he got out of that thing. And then the doctor would have the nerve to say, "Oh, are you swaddling him at night, laying him on his back?" No.
Like you try it. That was hard. That was hard. When it came to nighttime,
I don't like the newborn stage. I realize I like
that. I don't.
2 months and up. Before that, maybe 3 months and up. 0 to 3 months was tough.
Yeah, it's different because there's so many don'ts. Don't do this. Don't do that. Put them on their back. Don't have them sleep in the bed with you. It's literally so many don'ts, and I can see why mothers in the beginning go through postpartum depression.
Yeah.
It's hard. On top of like trying to breastfeed, it's not easy. Like nobody prepares you. They be like, they try to tell you as much as they can. But once you have your baby, and not all babies are the same, every baby is different. And once you have to figure it out yourself, like
not only that, but like I don't know how within 8 weeks, I still with breastfeeding was just like, oh my gosh, this is so much. Yeah. I was doing really good, and then I had like my little reserve and everything. As soon as I got back to work and I was out of my like element,
I know
I couldn't pump. Like it wasn't comfortable. I'm still sad about it, but like my milk just started drying up.
Yeah.
And I was like, no.
I know. It is sad, like once you notice like you're not producing that much milk anymore.
Girl.
And because it's almost like I enjoy breastfeeding. I know some people did not like, they'll be like, oh, it hurts. I mean, it really shouldn't hurt.
In the beginning, but after that, no, it felt good. I was like, get that milk.
Right. No, because once that milk builds up and you like, I got to get this milk out.
Yes.
There's times I woken up and I'm like
you
literally, right? I'm like, your breasts are like so swelled up. But I don't know. I enjoyed it.
Like, oh no, not the wasted milk.
Right. Wasted. Right. I really enjoyed it. It was like a good bonding.
I think so too.
Yeah. Maybe next time I'll try it longer. But once you get back into work and then you out of that, when I'm at work, I'm at work.
Exactly.
Like, I'm working.
You know, I don't think a lot of people understand that. I think you have to be a certain type of individual to be able to empathize with that. Like, people are always saying, like, oh, you can do both, and you could do it. Just take your pump with you and get the little pump that you put in your bra. Like I'm going to do time for all of that.
Working, pumping. No, I don't have time for all the gadgets.
And then you got to worry about, like, okay, how long can this go? How long? Like, you got to time it. No.
It's a science behind it. It really is. They didn't tell you, like, you have to serial pumping. I don't know. Like, where you got to keep pumping, like, keep pumping.
I just found out about that after the fact. Like, I didn't know you were supposed to pump after you fed the baby.
No, that's doing too much.
I thought so, too. But, like, I was like, really? That's a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just feel like they don't take into account that, the baby needs you and you don't have extra hands on deck all the time to help. I tried to like feed him on one boob and like pump on the other boob. It was just, it was too stressful.
That you don't have, you literally just like, you have nothing else.
I was thinking like, I wonder maybe if I had a room at work and like it was cozy and it was specifically for pumping, maybe I could.
Yeah.
But still, that's time out of your day that you could be making money. So, I don't know.
It's hard. And I give it to the women that do it for a long time.
I don't want to sound negative, but I just feel like a lot of women who are like, oh, I'm a mother, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a businesswoman. I just feel like there's a lot that goes on behind closed doors that they don't show. And it's just like...
Yeah. I know what you mean. When I went back to work, it was a lot. I'm at work, then you got to come home, you got to give the baby a bath, feed the baby, put her to sleep, but then you want to make sure you're getting that time with your significant other. It's different. Like, you're trying to get into your new routine of life, just getting back to work. Because once you had a baby, it's like, oh, you have a new routine. But then going back to work, that's another major change too, along with having a baby. Because that's, now you're starting like your real, life. And then when you get on social media and you see like these people and it seems like they have it all together, I can't believe it. There is no way. Exactly. There is no way you have it all together. And then on top of that, people have like multiple kids. And I'm like,
listen,
you cannot.
I'm like, how you got 4 kids and you a single mom? Like, I don't, and you and you a 7-figure. Oh my God.
It's a lot. So they have help. They have help.
Like,
I do the best that I can as a mother. And I try not to get that like mom guilt, because people ask me when I'm at work, do you miss your daughter? And I'm like, I'm at work. Well, I only work 3 days a week right now.
Yeah.
So I'm with her majority of the time. So I do like having that time away and having like adult conversation.
Right.
And I can just like relax, be in my zone. And then it's like a recharge because when I go see her, I'm like full mommy mode. Like I'm so happy to see her. I'm ready to play. Like I'm just...
That balance really does help.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I did dread going back to work because I knew everybody was just going to want to talk about the baby the whole time.
Yeah.
And I never, on the other end of that, like I knew like I would always ask like, oh, how's the baby? And now I'm just like, ugh, don't ask me how the baby's doing. Like she's doing fine, good, obviously.
I'm here.
Ask me how I'm doing. Right. And some people did do that. They were like, okay, are you taking your self-care time?
Yes,
and I appreciated that because getting Starbucks is my self-care time. Like
taking a bath. I made sure I was like, I need to take a bath. I still was getting my lashes done. It was like a week after I gave birth. I was in my girl's chair. I'm like, this is my time. Like I made that so important. I'm like, once I have her, I'm still going to get my nails done, still going to get my lashes. Like I factored into my budget because I'm like, I need that time to myself. I made sure I was like, making sure I'm showering every day. Because women,
that gets away from you really easily.
Yeah, because women be like, I didn't even have time to shower. And I'm just like, oh no, I have to shower. I have to do my skincare routine. Like I just have to put myself back on.
I'm not gonna lie,
You know?
the skincare routine hits so different now because it's like, oh my God, I have time to do this. Everybody could just shut up.
Yeah.
I'll be there when I get there. I need to finish this. So shower time is like, okay, let me just take my time because this is my time to myself. I've cried in the shower a few times. I'm like, listen, I just need time. And nobody can say anything if you're in the shower, so.
Yeah, like who's going to interrupt you?
Exactly.
In the shower.
He needs a bottle. Like, go warm it up.
Even using the bathroom. I'm like, I got to use I can see why. Like, it's so funny because I hear a lot of women say, oh, my husband, as soon as he comes home, he go to the bathroom. He'll be in the bathroom for like an hour. And I feel like when my fiance comes home from work, I'm like, I'm going to the bathroom. In the bathroom.
Girl,
I'm in the bathroom for like an hour. I'm on my phone just scrolling.
Yes. Oh my gosh. TikTok is a lifesaver.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Oh, you know what I did during my pregnancy that helped me? The Sims game.
Don't even get me started. What? Are you serious? The Sims, I have not played it in a minute, but I was like, I am a big simmer. I love The Sims.
I just deleted it like maybe 2 months ago, but like I had so many little houses and families on there, and I was like, I can't.
The first chance I got, I was getting pregnant on there.
Yes. I skipped that. I was like, let me just get the crib, and I was just like, okay, let me spend the little things to get the baby in there.
And then I got too intense into that I was like putting in serious cheat codes. Like I was coding to the point where I was like,
Lord.
I was having.
Yeah, you were deep.
I was really deep. And I was watching people's YouTube. I'm like, okay, so how did I get this? I want this outfit. Like, it's a way you got to do it. It's like CC content or something.
I had the app on my phone though, because I looked it up and I was like, I don't see anything for like the phone. I only saw stuff for like computer.
Were you playing on your phone?
Yeah.
The Sims? Oh, see, I was on the computer because you get like the full experience. Like I was making my Sims be estheticians. Like
you can do
that? Yes. You gotta it's like custom content. You gotta like download.
I wish I knew that. Oh, it's too late now.
It's fun once you get like wrapped up in that.
Yeah. It sucked having to delete it, but I need a space on my phone for pictures.
Because it takes up up a lot.
That's funny though. They probably market to pregnant people for real.
Yep, very much so. That and I was playing the game a lot, the PlayStation. But
I can't even imagine you playing on PlayStation.
It's fun.
They need games for pregnant women. Like I don't know what it would even be though.
I don't know. I do like a lot of simulation games, like life simulation games. It's fun.
I want to get into virtual reality, but having a baby, I'm like, man, I ain't got time to be in virtual reality.
Is that like, is it meta or
that's
metaverse?
That's one thing. But like, you know, when you put the little goggles on, I mean, the whatever on,
the
and then
VR,
you just get in there. I see little videos from it on TikTok, and it looks really cool, but I can tell it's still in the beginning stages.
Yeah.
But you know, people got like storefronts in there and everything. It's a whole world.
Listen,
I'm just trying to figure out how I can wax it there. Don't take my ideas, y'all.
Right.
But I'm trying to get in on that. I don't know how it's going to work yet, but yeah. What advice would you share with new moms navigating their career, especially other people in our industry?
I would say that's a hard one because I know everybody's life is different. My number one advice would be, though, is to take as much time off as you can because you need it. Not even like from taking care of the baby, but like you got to get your mental health, make sure it's in tip-top shape.
Having a baby is traumatizing.
It is.
It doesn't have to mean a bad thing, but like it's a whole thing.
It's life-changing.
Yeah, literally.
So in it, like it changes every aspect of your life. But yeah, just take that time off. Don't stress so much because I try not to like stress too much. Being independent, and then I'm sending my clients to people that I trust to get their lashes done, some waxing services. And one of my clients was like, do you think they'll come back to you? And blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't want to hear that right now. Like, but I built such a good relationship with my clients to the point that they're excited to come back to me.
Exactly.
Like they want to know, they want to hear about the baby. They want to hear about how my experience went. And I had pre-booked them before I left. I'm like, okay, let's get you on. Let's get you back in September. So they already like booked. And I don't know. Not everybody is you when it comes to like getting a service. So yeah, I sent them to like somebody else. But your clients are for you. They love you. They like your vibe. Like they like the way you do lashes or waxing. And you can do the same thing. Like me and you can do like the same Brazilian wax, and they're going to get a different experience with me and you, even if we use the exact same products and stuff.
That's crazy,
so
isn't it?
It's really crazy because we have our own style. So I just say, don't stress out about that. Just be positive. Focus on the new life that you're bringing in, because it is scary bringing a new life. And then if you're an entrepreneur on top of that, it's probably different. Like if you work for like a big franchise and it's like, like you're going to make money going back. And then once you're back and then you're like back in the groove of things, I was so busy when I went back. Like I was so busy, and I thank God for that, because it is scary. It's like, oh my God, is everybody, coming back? And they came back.
Yeah.
And I love them for that.
Exactly. And now you have a leg up almost, because you have a story that they want to hear.
They do, yeah.
So they want to see pictures, and they're that much more attached to you.
They are, because they see, like, they know me. I feel like I built a good relationship with them all. And I genuinely love them all. And because I appreciate them, because they bring me business. So I don't know. And then especially like the moms too, it's like we have a different connection now. Even now I'm like, okay, so was your baby doing this at this, stage? And just to hear their experiences, and I'm just like, oh my God, it's like a little community. And I just appreciate them so much. I have so much respect for mothers. They do a lot. Nobody can ever.
I do feel like I got initiated into like this new
I feel like I'm in like this special club.
That's so funny. I completely 100% agree with everything you just said. I think it's very interesting that you said that you were like super busy when you came back. You know what's crazy? Like I really thought coming back, I was going to be like, all right, I'm going to work 3 days a week. I'm going to work 12-hour days, or I'm going to work my same hours. But when I came back, I quickly realized I cannot work my same hours.
Do that.
So I had to cut my days even from when I was pregnant, but it just gives me more balance. So
yeah, it's important to have balance, because I feel like even though I'm still working 3 days and I'm like booked those 3 days, it works for me. My mom watches my baby, and she's around the corner from where I work. So it works, and it makes me feel, knowing that she's with my mom, I can just focus on work. And I love that. I don't know.
I think that's great advice.
Yeah.
Similar situation. My mom is with me because she's from Florida, but she watched my son while I was at work for the most part, and then she had to leave, and I was terrified. But I had to find a daycare.
Yeah,
I had to do what I had to do.
Yeah,
but that peace of mind, man, there's nothing more valuable than that.
Yeah,
because I told myself, I was like, man, listen, I'd rather close this place down before I not feel comfortable, like leave him with somebody I don't feel comfortable. Yeah. So I was just like, but luckily it all worked out. So
there's good places out there. It's just doing your research and making sure you feel comfortable with who. But then it's like, do you want to put them in daycare? Do you because there's like a lot of options. You can get like a shared nanny. And I didn't even know that was a thing.
Girl, we was looking for nannies, but people, it's hard. Gosh.
Because you want to make sure that you got the same mindset, values, everything.
Yeah.
And they're not just going to do whatever.
But I mean, I was thinking to myself, like, even if I hired a nanny, I would still spend the same amount of money getting cameras, installing the cameras, paying her, as much time as she would be there. And as what I'm paying now for daycare, and then there are multiple people there.
Yeah.
It's not just one person, and they don't get tired out, or, all that, whatever, what have you. They have a curriculum. So it's just like, okay, like, this is fine. And he's with other babies. So,
right. That is good, because my mom watches my nephews too. So it works, because like she's like playing with them, like she loves them to death. Because that kind of was what I was worried about, is like, I want her to have that interaction with other kids, and she has that. So and I'm like, as soon as she can go to preschool, she's going to preschool.
I don't blame you, girl. Send them all.
I'm like, as soon as she can get in school, she's going to school.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's mom stuff, man.
Right?
There's no turning back.
It's definitely no turning back. It's just going to get fun from here.
Yeah, I keep telling myself that. I can't wait for him to start talking, and we could like be besties.
Yeah. Yeah. Boys love their mama. Like they love their mommy. And I feel like my daughter, yes, she loves me to death. She like her dad. Of course, she's saying dada. Dad, she's saying dada. She is obsessed with him, and it's so cute. And then on top of that, we didn't even get into like the relationship part of having a new baby. I have so much respect and love for him. Like, just to see how he is with her,
Mhm.
it really melts my heart. And then I'm looking at him like, oh my God.
Okay, let's talk about this. Let's talk
I have
about
another
this.
one.
Because that's a very delicate dynamic, because it could go one of two ways. I feel like, from my experience.
Most
like,
definitely.
It could go like, okay, like I'm more attracted to you. And like I was telling my person the other day, I was like, none of that other stuff like turns me on. What would turn me on is if you spend time with him, or if you are with him more often, and just stuff like that. And I'm just like, that's what would turn me on. Like, so to hear you say that, I'm like, okay, yeah, that is very much a thing. Or it could just go.
It could go way to the other side, and it could end some things. Because it's like, if you feel like your partner isn't doing enough, that can be really bad. Like that.
That's very heavy on the relationship.
That's very heavy on
sure.
Yes.
It's like, and it's a topic that you didn't even know you had to like how do you even vet out something like that before?
You don't know until you're in it.
Exactly.
They could say all they want, like,
I'm gonna be there,
blah, 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 whatever. But I knew, because the way he was with me with my pregnancy, like how attentive he was, I'm like, he's going to be a good dad. And then for him, just to see him, how good he is with her, I'm like, oh my God, like I don't even know. He's
That's
like
so
the best.
Beautiful. Oh, I'm so
happy. It makes me emotional, like thinking about it. But he's so good with her. It's so sweet, especially having a little girl. So it's like, I know he would obviously do, if it was like a boy, he would still be the same way. But it's just so sweet, like seeing them together.
Do you feel like having your daughter showed you a softer side of him, even though you've known him all this time?
Very much. Very much.
Aww.
And I'm like, we were meant to have a girl first. We definitely was. Because it definitely brought out things in him that guys don't show. Like the sensitivity. I remember the first time I seen him like just kissing her, like when she was, a newborn. And I'm just like, oh my God. It's just so sweet just to know we share, like we have this little person and we share the same love for them. And I love you even more than ever before, just because we have this little person together. It's sweet.
That is really beautiful.
Yeah.
Aw. It was meant to happen this way, because now she can be in your wedding.
I know. She's the only one that's going to be in it, and it's going to be us up there. I guess she could be like the little flower girl.
Of course. What? I mean, really.
What else? She's going to be my flower girl, my, is it maid of honor? She's going to be everything.
I was going to say, do people even need ring bearers anymore?
No, she can carry that too.
I have the ring in my pocket.
Right.
That's funny. That's adorable.
So, yeah.
Aw, shucks. Okay, so on to the next segment. I'd wax that. So this is one question off the top of your head, if you haven't thought about it already. Really quick, which celebrity would you want to wax and why?
I'm going to be funny, and I'm going to say just today, Will Smith.
Oh, my God.
I need to know the tea, okay? Because I feel like I'm missing something.
Oh, my gosh. What do you mean?
Just from, did you see it?
Yeah, I mean, I saw the clip, but.
Yeah, just to be funny, because the situation ain't funny, but I don't know. That's what I think of.
I could just hear his scream in my head, like,
right.
The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air scream. Oh, my gosh.
What would I wax on him? His back? I don't know.
He doesn't seem like that hairy of a person.
Yeah, I'm like, his eyebrows?
He would probably go for the Brazilian just to be funny.
Oh, Lord.
He would probably go for it.
Yeah. Yeah, that would.
And he probably documented on his Instagram.
He probably would. It would be on YouTube. That would be fun,
That would be fun.
that would probably put me on the map.
It would.
I ain't mad at it.
Well, I don't know. You probably get a bunch of men who won't.
Yeah, no. Let's hold off on
I
that.
want you to wax them. Who's your backup?
Zendaya.
Oh,
I love some Zendaya. She got some beautiful brows.
She does.
She's just like a beautiful person.
If I had a celebrity, if I could wax any celebrity, I would wax Cardi B.
Okay.
For sure.
Interesting. Oh.
I feel like she has that show, Cardi Tries, so I could be like her waxing episode. And B, I feel like she'll be so like dramatic, but it'll be funny.
Yeah, definitely I could see the dramatic part.
If she doesn't get waxed already, I mean, really.
Yeah. She probably has somebody come to her house.
Or maybe she
do
got
that.
injured, but
Yeah.
We'll see. I don't know.
They can afford to do anything.
Yeah. Oh, man, you're right. Yeah. Oh, well.
That's okay. Maybe in the future. I feel like we had a conversation about this a long time ago.
We did.
Like about us.
I'm still trying to manifest it just a little bit, but
Yeah,
I'm trying to think. I don't know who else I would want to wax that. Like maybe Rihanna, but I don't know.
And I try not to pick it like Bailey. I just want to know some tea.
I mean, but that's
I'm a little nosy.
the reality is that's what happens. People spill tea when they get waxed.
Yeah, because people, you get so comfortable with people. I feel like even when I'm doing lashes, it's like a therapy session. Like they love coming. They're like, okay, I can either talk or I can go to sleep. And I'm like, okay, good night. You can go to sleep.
Right. You know what's crazy? I have one client. I don't think she goes to sleep, but I've thought it a couple times. Like she literally every single time she comes in, just close her eyes, don't say nothing. She'll answer me if I say something, but I've just learned to just let her close her eyes and whatever. Because I don't know.
And you don't know. This could be their most relaxing part of like their day.
Probably.
You know?
Yeah. Oh, waxing though, that's so cool.
I mean, it depends on what she getting waxed.
The Brazilian wax. I don't know how she does it, but
I mean, you can get used to it.
Yeah.
I would like do my own Brazilian for the longest until I got pregnant, and I was like, I can't do this no more. It started. Because that Brazilian, when you pregnant, that's a whole. And then we wax so many like pregnant women doing Brazilians. And I never understood, and now I fully understand. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I feel bad that I don't have like a more contoured table. Like I wish there was something I could put under like the back, but you can only sit up so far.
So you still have to. Yeah.
So,
The last time I tried to wax myself when I was pregnant, I got some numbing cream. I'm trying anything. I mean, there's only so much you can do. I only did like the bikini. And that's the worst part for me, the bikini line.
I don't even know how you tried it. I was like, let me just let somebody else do it. And I think I only got waxed maybe twice while I was pregnant. And then after that, I was just like,
it's hard. You just don't even like.
Who cares anymore?
You're going to take me as me.
Honestly, I have a whole new range of empathy for pregnant women now.
Very much.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Thank you so much for coming on the show today.
This was fun.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you had a good time. I would love for you to come on the show again, and then we can talk about some more stuff, because obviously we can.
Yeah.
So tell the people where they can find you on your socials.
So you can find me on Instagram at goddess, GODDESS lashes, LASHESS. Yes, 2 S's at the end, not 1.
Okay. And then if you are a fan of this episode, please feel free to like, follow, subscribe, and share with anybody else who you know is an esthetician in the business or gets waxed or waxes or whatever. Just share it with your friend. And we appreciate the support. Please give us a 5-star rating on whatever podcast platform that you're listening to this episode on. And we look forward to talking to you next time. Bye.
See ya.
Oh, and we can get social too. Follow us on Instagram at waxaboutit or Facebook at waxaboutit. And, we can wax about it.